Welcome to Workforce Solutions Module 1, A Targeted Plan. Module 1 is the first of a four-part series designed to help you prepare for a successful job search. The purpose of this module is to review current labor market information and assess your needs and employment skills to create a targeted job search plan. This course requires a lot of self-reflection. For maximum benefit, we highly recommend having a pen and some paper available to take notes. If possible, you may want to use a notebook or a notepad as a dedicated job search journal. The information and insight you obtain from this module will not only help you create a targeted plan, but also write a resume in Module 2 and prepare your answers for job interview questions in Module 3. The lessons included in this module are as follows. Lesson 1, All About You. We will focus the conversation on what you need and want from your next job or career by determining your work values and preferences. In Lesson 2, we will shift the All About You conversation to explore what you can offer employers through your employability skills and educational background. In Lesson 3, we will learn where the jobs are by discovering what labor market information is and how to use it as a guide in your job search process. Afterwards, we will check your understanding of the lessons with a short quiz. Don't worry about the quiz. You can review the information as many times as needed. And finally, we will conclude with a list of online resources to help you with your job search. Let's get started. Before we begin the lesson, we're going to do a quick activity. In just a moment, you will see numbers 1 through 52 in random order all over the page. There are 2 steps to follow. Step 1. You will have 15 seconds to find as many numbers as you can in sequential order. Starting with the number 1, then progressing sequentially, look for number 2, number 3, and so on until you are told to stop. Step 2. When you hear and see stop, write down the last number you found in sequential order. The timer will start as soon as we advance to the next slide. Good luck! Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Stop. Did you write down your number? The average is typically between 8 and 12. Now we're going to try this exercise again. This time, we've added 2 grid lines that intersect in the middle of the page, dividing it into 4 quadrants. When you repeat the exercise, you should notice the numbers are not random at all. In fact, they're organized sequentially by quadrant, going counterclockwise around the page. Now let's try it again. Follow the same 2 steps as before. Step 1, find as many numbers in sequential order as you can in 15 seconds. And step 2, when we tell you to stop, write down the last number you found in sequential order. Ready, set, go. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Stop. What was your highest number in the second round? It should have been significantly higher. The average is typically between 12 and 22. Now let's determine why. When you first attempted to find numbers, you may not have discovered the pattern. It may have seemed random. But in the second round, we added the grid lines and advised you to follow a counterclockwise pattern around the page. We gave you more insight so that you could use that information to follow a plan. If you followed the plan, you should have achieved a higher score. Celebrated French author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry once said, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." We almost always do better when we have a plan, because a plan gives us a starting point and something to reference when we lose focus. In the following lessons, we will help you identify your job needs and wants, your employability skills, and teach you how to use current labor market information so you can create your very own targeted plan. All about you. What do you need and want? The first step in developing a good job search plan is to assess yourself. Have you considered your work values and work preferences lately? In this lesson, we will help you identify your specific job preferences and requirements so you can determine what is important to you in a job or career. We will begin by assessing your work values. Work values are core principles related to your occupation that are important to you. They include tasks involved in doing a job, as well as what you get out of your work. Take a moment to read these values, then rank each according to how important they are to you, with 1 being the most important and 6 the least. For example, let's say the number 1 thing I value the most is having a job with a supportive manager. And although relationships are important to me, compared to the other values, relationships are my least important, so I've ranked it at a 6. Now it's your turn. Rank these values from 1 to 6, with 1 as your most important value, all the way to number 6 as your least important. We will give you 1 minute to complete this activity. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Now let's assess your work preferences. These are the things you are looking for in a job that will make it most enjoyable for you and produce the highest degree of job satisfaction. Take some time to write down what you need and want for each category listed. Before you begin, here are some things to keep in mind. Job postings list wages in a variety of ways. They can be listed hourly, bi-weekly, monthly, even yearly. It's a good idea to know what your earning goal is in all categories. Benefits. These may include holidays, vacation time, medical insurance, flexible schedules, or a profit-sharing program. Environment could refer to corporate culture, dress code, or whether you'll be working indoors or outdoors. Now it's your turn. Take some time to write out your statements for each category. We will give you 1 minute to complete this activity. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Now that you've evaluated your work values and preferences, you should have a better understanding of what's important to you in your next job or career. Understand, these can change over time, but for now, you can incorporate those values and preferences you've determined for yourself today into your job search plan. Take a moment to write down your top 3 for each category. And at the end of our next lesson, we will explain how to apply this information to find the right job or career for you. We'll give you 30 seconds to complete this activity. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. This concludes our lesson, All About You. What do you need and want? In our next lesson, we will examine what experiences, knowledge, and abilities you can offer your next employer.